Now introducing long-haul freight. The all-new Roberts Space Industries Constellation Taurus. Still does it all.
At Crusader Industries, we believe that our values are more than a standard of behavior. They're our legacy and our inspiration. We don't defend them through sheer size or firepower alone. We ally ourselves with those who share our core beliefs. We make sure the real heroes make it to where they're needed most. At Crusader Industries, we know that lifting up others benefits us all.
Alright guys, so we're going to do this for about 4 hours. We do have some bad news. The castle I was previously working on crashed when I was moving assets and basically would crash on load. So I've got to restart the whole thing. But on the bright side, at least now we have an idea of what we're doing and how to do it. And look, I can sit around and I can mope as much as I want, but to be honest, it will not change anything. So we may as well just get straight into it. I have backed it up this time. Now on the bright side, we do get to keep the keep this time. We're going to delete the keep. Mainly because I was playing around with it off screen and well, there was so much done, it was not funny. And trying to re-add the keep was almost impossible, so we're going to leave it. And then we're just going to go through and now we are going to clean this up a little bit. So third person maps, we can delete those two. Delete. Okay, yep, it's fine. So we go into castle. Sorry, what's under castle? Right, that we could probably delete because this is what I was moving when it crashed. If we update the redirectors, okay, he's going to be a pain in the ass. That's fine. That's always Sentry. So all I have really done to this, and I've gone through and started to replace some of the blueprints with static meshes with blueprints. So it is pretty much from the start. Oh, and I also gone through and grouped them all into their groups, and then I backed it up before I did anything else. My beautiful castle's gone. I had so much done, it was not funny, eh? It was looking really good. Even Ferrets was impressed. You know how hard it is to impress a ferret? Sometimes. Right. it takes a while to load. It's quite a big map, to say the least. Hopefully, with like put in like world stuff, we can maybe make it load faster. But that's all at just optimization. Right. Minimize. Right. So this is where we are at the moment. Oh boy. We're back at the start. Right, so I've put the stairs in, obviously at the front door. I've changed the door so it's actually a blueprint now. I've gone through and done most of these blueprints here, so these are actual blueprints. I have added the is lit and auto light feature. Well, the auto light at the moment is basically nothing because I need the world settings for that. And it's not much point hooking those up when it's going to be, well, actually it'd be the same. It's going to be used the same dynamic lighting, but you get the idea. At the moment we're more worried about doing the actual map than we are about the actual thing. So this is the keep. Now I've gone through, I've fixed the railing around here, I've put the door here so that goes out to this area. Obviously you can see as inside is just empty. I've put a few lights around so I can see. I've moved the bridge down, so the bridge now is actually accessible, as well as the tower, and also you can see here this bridge now works too, and this is as far as you can go. Now when we go into this keep, you will notice that there is a lack of backside to the castle. We're not worried about that just yet. What it looks like, and I was talking with one of my friends online, Decimator. It looks like he's gone through and he's split the keep into sections. Like for example, if you look at that there, right, and you look at this part here, right, it sort of looks like it's supposed to be this part, maybe. I think that's what he's done. But we'll worry about all that later. I must admit, I do like this little aspect down here. So down here we have this aspect, which is like the broken wall. That's a static mesh too, right? Yeah, it needs to be changed. And then you have the walls here. And yeah, it's a little bit run down. But like even like parts of that are missing. So we need to finish that off too. But that can be, to be honest, between you and me, like the barracks section is big enough for the first game. We're probably going to end up making more than one game. Is big enough for the first game. So like these here now. Oops, sorry. Give me the door. Oh, we haven't done this one, have we? No, we have not. Okay. So we need to fix that. We've done the cauldrons. So they're now blueprints. I believe we did this door over here. Yep, blueprint. That door's done. I don't think there's many other doors. Earlier today, just for shits and giggles, I was working along here. I just put a railing there and a railing along here and a railing there. So we might make it so that you can sort of come out here out to the balcony. Stuff like this here needs to be fixed. Oops, like that. And then we'll move it along like that. What's on the other side? Yeah, see all that stuff in there needs to be fixed. Yeah, at least it looks better at the moment for now. I went through, I put the railing here for this. As you can tell, it's not actually finished along. And finished along. and finished along to there and to there. I was going to put stairs here, sort of like get like a jump down sort of stairs or walk downstairs, but the stairs go all the way out to about here, and it takes up a lot of the room. So what I was thinking, we could probably extend that down a bit more, was actually making it so that it's like a jump up, jump down sort of situation, maybe. And then obviously this railing here, we can go through and expand on that, and then we can rotate that 90 degrees. Oops. No, 90. There we go. And we can move that along to something like that, and then move it over, obviously. Something like that. Could probably. Yeah, something like that. And if we degroup them, we can move this one along a little bit. And this one, actually, you could probably move it over a little bit, like that. And this one, I'll move this over a little bit. That. I'll regroup it so it makes it easier. Alright. So that's what we've been working on. Look, it's unfortunate we got to start again, but you know, live and learn, right? And I can sit around and I can cry myself to sleep every night, or we can just start. But like we had put like tunnel systems under here and everything. It was, yeah. But we know what to do, so let's just jump straight into it, right? So what are we going to start with? Well, I think the biggest thing to start with would be this floor, and map this floor all the way out to over towards here. I would love to get rid of this mountain, but we'll see what happens with that. Actually, scopes and like that. Now, does that affect? Oops, where am I going? It doesn't affect the back, right? No? No. Okay, that's cool. Alright, problem solved. I never did like that mountain. And we'll just flatten along, yeah. That. Right, so let's do the floor for here, and then we'll work on the upstairs again and putting in that again. And So I've started doing some of the floor here, but it's pretty basic. So let's do those two, and we'll put that one there as well. We can turn the fog off. Now, oh, that's going to be interesting. We got two different sets of floor here. Look at that. So, we probably should leave the paving for outside and have the flat polished floors for inside, right? I imagine that's how the castles probably went back in the day. So that one and that one and that one, we can change from that to, give me the name, thank you. That one will change from that to that. Oh. There. Now this one, it's going to fuck it up, isn't it? Oops. Oh yes. Yeah. So, alright, let's just copy some of the stats. We want that one to be there, and the blue one to be there. And that. And then that one. That one. So that one becomes that. Fucks it all up, of course. That one becomes that one and does the same. That one becomes that one and does the same. That one, oh, it's going to be bad, isn't it? That. This one becomes that. Oh, that's bad. That one becomes that. stairs. That becomes that, becomes that. That becomes that. Ugh. Oh yeah. I'm crunching here. Oh, hang on. What's on the other side of that wall? Okay. Yeah, okay. So that one we can do. Right, but these need to be moved over to there. That one needs to be moved over to there. That one needs to be moved over to there. That one needs to be moved over to there. And that one. Like that. So move it up, move it over, move it up to there. Get out of the way. And then this one. There you go, and we'll put that like that. And then this one, we'll just put that like that. So that fixes the outside floor. The inside's still a cluster, but why have I got grass? Because of the texture, right? Right, now that one. That one we can switch. Let's fix this floor. God, stop it, mouse. Now, like that. And drag that one up, so like that. Oh my God, mouse. Tell you what, technology seems to be going backwards. Is these, do these have the there's a reason why I went to a wired keyboard. Was it really because at the end of the day, it's because it was so much more reliable, so much more convenient. Right, stop shit like that happening. Now, I'm gonna go to the doorway. So that this gives us an idea of where it should be. Damn, it was right. I wondered why it moved. Thought I might have bumped it. Like that. Like that. For some reason, some of these plates seem to join together. I'm wondering if it's like your whole control or something. So that's what we got like that, right? Move that one over to that. There, and then we got this one here, which is the rotate it, and then we move to there. And then we want to move it over. And move this over. Just like that. And then move this out again. Like there, and that should be that. Now this one, drag out, this one, oops, but we want to go through and move that like there, and this, we want to move it here. I want to go through and rotate, and then that, and then we'll rotate it a little bit more, like that. And we'll put it there. So this mouse is about 5 seconds away from going out the fucking window. God, knock it off. I'm so gonna... Don't smash the mouse. You need the mouse tonight. Smash the mouse tomorrow. Like that. Like that. And... like that. So that's that part. That's the stairs done. And then fuck it, you're about to get smashed by a hammer. Right, that goes it. Sorry for chat. I know that's probably loud as fuck, but it's pissing me off. Right. So put that right there. What I'm probably better off doing is just deleting all this stuff, right? Because it's just going to get in my way. Yeah, see what I mean? Like this stuff you would never have seen. So we want floor set. That one we probably could have left. So floor set. And that's outside. That is... That's right there. So... This one we will drag to there. Like that. We don't need. And that one we do. It's in the wrong spot. Now those are actually outside pieces, but we'll delete them from here. Now, does that one go through the wall? No. So we're going to delete that one too. We need music. That's what we need. Music. A bit of house. Delete. Thank you. What if there's multiple images on top of each other? Maybe. Now. So these two can butt up against each other. That. These two will butt up against each other like that. These two like that. I presume that's the one from outside. No, but we'll leave those for now for the height. Looks like you can see through it. Like that. So that, and that. We'll group them and we'll put them over there because they're right at the moment. Do we need you? Probably not. Delete. Ungroup. One of these must be out. It's that one. And that one apparently. And that one. There you go. Now, Like that. There. No, I've still got that. Whoa, that part needs fixing. So now we've got the floor covering without it being the floor that we don't want. And this one we can now bring into that there, and this one we can bring into now. I'll rotate. And bring it up to there, to there, to there. That moment you get to control. Now, there is one there, right? No, there is. There. Like that. And that's that floor done for that action. These bloody foliage. Instance foliage actor? Yeah. That does all the trees and everything. I need to look into that. There must be a way of hooking it up so that it doesn't do this. Always spawn, ignore. So you can tag layers and stuff. So we'd only want it on things like landscape, right? But we'll just turn it off for now and oops. Affect the outside. No. We could always do is make the inside actually technically like a microscopic millimeter smaller. That would also stop it too. Copy that. Put it there. Put that there. And then we'll drag that one, and then that there as well, and then that one we'll drag it over to say there and press it. on this side, we need to rotate this. And then we need to move it. Need to move it back to like there. And then drag it back, and then post. And drag it over and paste. That one we want to keep. Oops. That one, and that one we can delete. That one, and that one we can delete. That one we will delete. You for? Right, yeah, okay, gotcha. Where'd you go? Just because we will be under the staircase, so we want to be able to at least see what's going on under there, make it look pretty. So now if we go through and for a start turn this down, and we go through and select this area, actually for the moment, let's just group these. We'll group that. And then drag it out. So now it's already grouped as well, and then we duplicate it again. Like this. And then duplicate it again. Like that. Drag that along. Drag it along. Drag it along. There. We have a bit of a height difference. Yeah, okay, that's why. And that we can delete. Right. And this one we're going to put into like there. Now, there's no way no one's going to see that in the wall. Yeah. Just a gap there, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Blocked. And over here's a gap. No, it looks good. Right. So this one is that height. And drag it along, so say there, for example. Right, so there's that part. This part. We want it to be like that. There. And there. And this one. So now that gives us that area. Mostly done. I don't even know if I can actually fit behind there, but anyway. There's a bit of extra room up there. Like I said, I don't know if I can actually fit the character. What the hell am I listening to? Chill work music. Here we go. Oh yeah, he'll fit. And he'll fall down. Yep. Right. And obviously we have to fix the foliage. But alright. Foliage is there because obviously when you turn things off in the viewpoint, it doesn't actually turn it off in the game. It just turns it off in the view. That's why, in case anyone's wondering. So we probably should fix it up there, and we're just going to need to shrink that. Make it one still. And then duplicate it again and rotate it. Like that. Yeah, like that. And then this. Now we want this one. Open it up a little bit so that it's not going to get like see-through. That's good. Yeah, that's right. It seems to be a slightly out of alignment, but it says it's right. Which is whatever. Alright, then these two we're going to let's put these two. Select that and that. That. Frickin' mouse. Now. And this one. I'm trying to copy, not paste. There. Now this one here, we'll drag this over here and it was in the hole. And that one goes down to there. So that would make it the same level as the ground, yep. Okay, for that.
Face to face, I found my pain beneath the lies and broken dreams. Lost the love I had in me. It tore me apart, fade away. I felt so lost, but I held on to what I had. For what it's worth, if you're feeling low, just know that you can. Yes, you can. Life in love that you hold. Rise above and let it glow. Just know that it's never too late to make a change. Crash and burn, I found myself beneath the emptiness.
So now what we can do is go through, group all these in this post.
This one for the hero who has no home. This one for the one who live for hope. Changing better days. Pick your head up. Keep on fighting. Living, loving. Make your mind up. If you want it, take it. Fly away.
Let's just see.
Soaring high above the clouds.
No, that's right. Those sort of gaps.
Crash and burn, I found myself beneath the emptiness. Make your mind up. Wanting more, I let it go. Holding on to love. Breaking through, I feel alive. For once in my life, I'ma live by the want to be all I can. Let the rest just crash and burn.
All this stuff up here needs fixing, but get that, yeah. So now we've gone through and we've done that flooring. We do need to fix this area, but we can turn that into like a storage shed. Storage area. So what we can do is drag that out. Put it the same as that, and then like that. Although actually, is there something? No, it's not required. No, not required. Something like that. That's probably enough. Move that over to there.
Not really sure, but my brain tells me I've been here before. Don't wanna draw any attention to all the crazy things that I shouldn't mention. sure, but it feels like my feet are glued to the floor. Don't wanna open up my mouth, cause I'm afraid of what.
Because obviously we need to put a door in it, right?
Is but a dream. This can't be happening. Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality. Twisted.
Like that. It doesn't affect the other side, does it? No. Cool. Hey, it is a graphics card's 1080. The processor's an i9 9900K. Oh yeah, man, you good? It's not the beefiest anymore. It used to be when I first made it, but it needs an upgrade. I need to upgrade the graphics card. Century, blueprints, entrance. Righty.
Wake up, scream. I'm in a twisted reality.
Hey, you good man? So there's the door. Now, that's a problem. So, there's two things. One, we can have a whole new asset made, or B, we can edit this asset for a small door. I should probably call this large. Large door entrance. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking today. So, copy the blueprint and change it to small. There's no small door at the moment, as far as I know. I shouldn't have started this, it takes a while. Right, now I should be able to rename it. Yep. Unreal and their file structure, I tell you what. So that's the blueprint. What's this one? This one's a large. That also needs to be a small too, actually. And that one, we'll make that a large entrance door. Right. Have I not done this one yet? Yeah, I have. I haven't moved it to bridge. Move to barracks. So that's the large there. That there is the small, which needs to become large. That one we can leave as a small, and that one we can leave as a small, and then we got the bridge and the keep. Right. So let's edit the mesh. Where is it? Small entrance. Okay, you're not a very small entrance. Duplicate. You're very a natural large one. I guess they call it a small entrance because it's only a small door. It's not because of the height of it, but anyway. So we chop it along here. We can probably move that down. So modeling. Just trying to think of how to do this. I could plane cut it, but that would remove the top. What I need to do maybe split. See what that does. No. And then I could probably... But what I might do at the moment is just make it so that it's flush. and then get like a designer, like a modeler to make up the mesh for me. So now we've got the large, which is that, and then we've got the small, which is that. So that one's done, and that should be fixed. That should be good now. That doesn't look right. It was. Oops. They did sometimes make the doors a little smaller, so I'm wondering if that was supposed to be a smaller door. Hey, how are you, Ballsy? So I'll give you a basic overview. Basically, what's happening... Let me kill the music. It's a parallel universe, or a parallel realm, where all the myths and legends are real. Vampires, werewolves, demons, the whole kit and caboodle. And this world has been overrun by said monsters. And you guys team up or basically go and fight for, you know, typical fight for Earth sort of stuff. that's the very, very basic overview. Obviously, I don't want to go into too much details because people can steal the idea, but at the moment we're just going through and we're building Sentry, which that's the small entrance, that's the large entrance, that's the fence entrance. So I want to copy that boolean and I want to add that one. Think of it as Dead Soul meets Destiny meets Call of Duty, sort of. Yeah. At the moment, we're building the framework. We're building the social space, the main base. So now is open, yes. I normally use Unity. I tried Unreal for a bit, found a class for Unity. Oh yeah. Yeah, I thought about... The reason I didn't use Unity, to be honest, originally when I started building the game, it was actually on O3DE. If you're familiar with the channel, you know I'm a big Star Citizen player. Well, it used to be before I started making my own game, because if you ever want to kill your free time, start making a video game. I actually started using O3DE, and mainly because of the scale of the world and what you could do with it. But the problem I found with O3DE was just the fact that there were not a lot of classes around. So I then switched to, and I was thinking about Unity, but with all the things that happened, I know they're backflipped on it now, but all the things that happened at the time, it was like, oof. It was an option. How do you find Unity? Do you like it? So those are actually already... So those two I can delete actually. And those we can move back. And then move those across. Got a sneaking suspicion I'm a tile short here somehow. I don't think I'm a tile short, I think it's just really tight. Yeah. Those two will drop down. Copy that. And that one. And that one we can drop down. Probably move it over there like that, make it a little bit more safe. Yeah, it's easy once you get used to the engine, but still learn, so can't tell you the best answer. Gotcha. To be honest, man, the best thing I've found is for learning is doing the tutorials online. Just find a YouTuber that makes Unity tutorials but actually do them. Don't just like sit there and watch the tutorial, because if you're anything like me, it goes in one ear and out the other. But you actually sit there and do it, and that's when you actually absorb it. Right. So those will drag out to there. Yep. In the same over my head, unless I do it with it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've tried watching a couple of the videos, and I'm just like, I'm not understanding this. Like, just sit me down in front of a computer and let's just do it. This one. We want the green. And this one we will drag over to this, like that. Oops, like that. Oops, like that. Oops, can we back to transforms? So there it is there, right? It goes like that. And this one should be like there. Should be like that. Hang on, you rotated, haven't you? Yeah. And 89. There we go. So if I click that and that, and have we got that one? Yes, we got 3. Yep. Now we'll regroup it, and then like that, and then regroup it, and then drag it out again. Right, and you can see the floor starting to take shape. And then probably could have regrouped again. Oops. Oops. That. And then again. we can ungroup and we can delete this stuff. We go through the landscape, get rid of the doors. We'll go to rocks. We'll turn the rocks off. We'll get an idea of how much over we went. There we go. And delete. I know there's some under the landscape, we'll get to those in a sec. For example, that one, I can delete. And turn the landscape off. Delete. And turn the landscape back on. Might as well. Yeah, there's a lot of landscape. Oh, hang on. Dirt, wrong button. I don't need that. Right. Now this side needs a clean up. Right, so now if we go into the building, I think we turned the rocks off too, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Which is why we can't see those. We might leave that at the moment. Need some rocks to go into there. Alright, so this is the ground floor, mostly laid. There's a few areas that need fixing, but you get the idea. Now, that's done. Let's line it up with the front door because, well, I may not like that, I suppose. We'll group it first, drop it down to the right height. Shouldn't have done that. It stuffs everything. Alright, so there's the door. About there's the center. Like that, I suppose, is the center. Like that. Now, like that, and drop that down to right there. We'll fix this part in a sec. So now we've got that, we can now ungroup that, and these we want to regroup. Oops. Drag them out and then drag it up. And like that. So now you've got the stairs going up. We do need a reference for height. Give me a reference. And then another shit. Then another set. Like that, and then so that's the height. And then like that. And that's the top level. Now we can always probably move the stairs back a bit if we need to, but at the moment group it. Now, so we have this. This is the. We'll probably end up actually probably moving it back to say probably about here. I didn't grab all of the stairs. You obviously don't need those ones. So we'll have to work out where these stairs go after. What we're going to do is we're going to make it so that when you walk in, you've got the railings over here. So the balconies that you overlook on both sides. And then you basically walk in and go upstairs to the dining room. We probably don't want it walking straight into the pole. So we'll probably want the wall for the dining room about maybe here. And then the pole's into sort of the center of the dining room sort of thing. So we probably want to move this back a little bit. It's about here. Obviously these poles we do want to continue all the way down because they are the main supports. Like that. And then down, oops, and then down further again. Like that. Obviously we don't need that much with the assets. Click. Right. Now that's the bridge. We're going to have to fix that wall and we'll put our passageway under the bridge again. Alright, so we now need to do the flooring. I just noticed. I just wanted that piece. Now, that along there. So that one. Oh, what? Yeah, so we can't just keep going through. We have to actually do it properly. That. So that was in there from the previous one. Oh, gotcha. And that's all the same height. And it doesn't affect anything outside. No. No. Good. Alright, so that's all the same height as that. We could probably actually go through and join these on. Like that. To there, to there, to there. To there, there. Right. Huh? It's all zeros. It's all zeros. What? That's fine. Alright. And then post it is there. Gotcha. Why are you not? Ah, it's 179. That's why. Yeah, 179. That one's right. Wondering what I'm doing wrong here. Negative 179, 179. Oh, yeah. Right, because it's also not negative 179. The 0 point is different. Gotcha. Right. Wow. Personally, I prefer to overlap them a little bit just so I can make sure they're not gonna. It's gonna be overlapped a lot one, but anyway. Now, we need to do the flooring for the and then those two, we can drag those back to there. And now this and this. And now duplicate and drag up. Actually looks pretty good actually. And group those and drag those up and drag it over like that. That. And that one, we want to drag that across to there. And this one, I'll drag this one across to there. Probably gonna jump off in a sec, guys. Now, god damn it. God damn it. There. I'm not married to that location, but I think it's a good spot. And then we can put the wall here, and then you got there for the pole, because obviously you don't want the pole basically as soon as you walk in the door, right? You want it to be a little distance away, so you're not walking straight into it. And obviously at the moment it's hard to tell because of the size, because it's the character's not walking around, we're just flying around in the editor. So it's a lot bigger than I think it looks. So what we'll do is we haven't got the floor selected, have we? No. Do that, and then copy that, and then this one we just paste that like that, like that. And then we can duplicate it again. The main reason we're doing this is so that we can go through and we can test that distance. So if we go back to here, drop down and click play. So you can see it's quite a big difference. Yeah, it's fine. It's perfect. Alright guys, I'm probably going to leave it there. We're probably going to go at it again tomorrow night. Do a little bit more. But I am going to go have a shower. And get ready for bed. Because it's close to midnight over here. And I've been trying to be a good boy and trying to go to bed before 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. Doesn't really work out very well, but I'll try at least. Alright guys. Obviously I'll keep these up. You could be able to watch them if you just jumped in now. And if you do miss any of them, you obviously will be able to catch up with them, so they won't be unlisted. But tomorrow we'll go through and we'll keep going with the floor. We'll put it in the wall, start trying to do the hallway and upstairs. And get that level done, and then we'll just keep working our way up and down. Apart from that, guys, have a